Should we not now get a man to going? Chronicles are all very well, but an epic, and we aspire to no less, has to have a man in the middle of it. The man is going. He is already born. He will be going it for a long time. In an unknown year, either 1800, 1801, or 1802, according to the later recollection of his brother, was born Hannali Innominee of the Okla Hannali District of the Choctaw Nation. Hannali would be a big man, and would almost exactly fill a century. The Innominee family was of the Mishawaya town or clan, but had now removed some distance from most of the Mishawaya. They were of the 100 families, an odd minority along the Mishawaya. Hannali's father was Barua Innominee. His mother was Chaponia. His brothers were Pas Christian Innominee and Biloxi Innominee. The names of the Choctaws had already begun their evolution into their mixed form. Hannali was the third generation of Innominees. He had, of course, ancestors going back further than that, but the Choctaws had not used surnames further back than that. He was raised on a south-flowing river in what is now the state of Mississippi. Hannali was a bulky boy, a Choctaw chuckler, and that is a thing that must be understood before we go on. Other people laugh or smile, some giggle. The Choctaws chuckle. An Indian agent of a little later date tells of a row of Choctaws sitting on a log for an hour, all as blank-faced as though they were dead. Then one of them began to quiver and shake, another, and still another, and all of them quivered and chuckled till they shook the leaves off the trees. They were the chuckling Choctaws. They may have remembered a joke they heard the day before or a week before. They may not all have been chuckling at the same thing, but it is a thing that distinguishes the Choctaws from other people, that they will sit silent for a long time, and will then begin to chuckle as though they would rupture themselves. When very young, Hannali would sit on the black ground and chuckle till it was feared that he would injure himself. Whatever came over him, prenatal witticism or ancestral joke, he was seldom able to hold in his glee. In all his life, he never learned to hold it in. What did he look like? An early story tells it. Once, when he was very small, Hannali was found in the company of an old she-bear. Papa Barua tried to get the boy away from her and was badly mauled. Then Mama Chaponia had to come in and smooth things over. She explained to the she-bear that this was not a bear cub, however much it looked like one. It was Chaponia's own child, and the bear made a mistake. You had but to snuffle the boy to tell that he was not a bear. They both tried it, and they both doubted the test. Hannali smelled like a bear cub, and he looked like one. In a short time, he would come to look like a great, hulking he-bear. The old she-bear remained around the farm for years until she died, and became an intimate of the family. When the brothers would call to Hannali, "Your mother is looking for you," he never knew whether they meant Mama Chaponia or the she-bear, until they chuckled. "How was it go to be a child then?" Hannali's son Travis asked him years later. "Everything was larger then," Hannali would tell his son. "The forest buffalo were bigger than the plains buffalo we have now. The bears were bigger than any you can find in the territory today. You call that a bear skin on that wall, it is only a dog skin, I tell you. Yet it's from the biggest bear ever killed in the territory. The wolves were larger, and the foxes. The squirrels were as big as our coyotes now. The gophers were as big as badgers. The doves and pigeons then were bigger than the turkeys now." "Maybe so you exaggerate," his son Travis would say. "Of course I do. With a big red heart I exaggerate. The new age has forgotten how I remember that the corn stood taller And the ears fuller. 9 of them would make a bushel, and now it takes 120. That doesn't consider that the bushels were bigger then. The men were taller and of grander voice, the women of a beauty to be found nowhere today except in my own family. The girls sang so pretty with voices, they walked so fine when they carried corn, they could soft talk you like little foxes, those girls.